The history of Codadad. After some days employed in a fruitless quest, he came to a desolate tract in the midst of which stood a castle of black marble. Oh, beautiful! As he approached, he beheld at an upper window a damsel of marvelous beauty, of course, a beautiful girl, with torn garments, disheveled hair, and a countenance expressive of all the most lovely affliction, who immediately that she set eyes on him, wrung her hands and waved him away, crying, "Oh, fly, fly from this place of death, and the monster which inhabits it, for here lives a black giant, which feeds on human flesh, seizing all he can find. Even now in his dangers you may hear the cries of those whom for his next meal he will devour." "Madam," replied the prince, "for my safety you need leave no care. Only be good enough to inform me who you are and how you came to be in your present plight." "I come from Cairo." Another person from Cairo, Egypt, she replied. Probably she's truthfully from there. "Where my birth gives me rank, and as I was traveling from this to on my road to Baghdad, Iraq, this monstrous Negro suddenly fell upon us, and having slain my escort, brought me neither a captive to endure if heaven refuses me succor, things far worse than death. But though I know my own peril, I will not see other perils in a vain attempt to rescue me. Therefore, once more, I entreat you to fly ere it be too late." Okay, she's using some old English language phrases and words. But even as she spoke, the black, a horrible and gigantic monster of loathsome appearance, came in sight, moving rapidly toward the palace. Ooh, monster came back. Why he didn't eat her? No sooner had he caught sight of the prince than he rushed upon him with growls of fury, and drawing his scimitar is a sword, aimed at him a blow which, had it found him, must there and then have ended the fight. The prince, however, swerved nimbly under the stroke. Remember, he was a good fighter and he liked to fight. And reaching his father's, wounded the giant in the knee. Oh, that's a bad injury. Now he cannot move. Then wheeling his charger about before the black monster could turn on his maimed limb, he attacked him from the rear. Oh, that's cunning. And with one fortunate blow brought him to earth. Instantly, before the giant could gather up his huge length and regain his vantage, Codadad spurred forward and with a single sweep of his sword smote off his head. So he cut off his head. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's final. Now I guess the giant is dead. Meanwhile, all breathless above, the lady, that beautiful damsel in distress, had leaned watching the contest. She thought that was a contest. Now, seeing that victory was secured, she gave free vent to her joy and gratitude. "O Prince of Men," she cried, "now it is revealed to me the high rank to which you were born. Finish then your work. Take from the girdle of younger wretch the keys of the castle, and come quickly to release me and my fellow prisoners." The prince did according to her directions, As he opened the gates and entered the forecourt, the lady advanced to meet him, ready had he permitted it to throw herself in gratitude at his feet. And now, as he beheld near at hand the beauty which had charmed him from a distance, Codadad realized how great had been his fortune, and with his whole heart rejoiced at the deliverance of one in whose nature so much virtue and grace seemed blended. So he immediately fell in love. But while he was thus lost in the contemplation of her loveliness, there arose from the basement of the castle a dreadful sound of crying and lamentation. "What is that?" inquired the prince. "It is a cry of the prisoners," replied the lady, "to whom I doubt not the opening of the gates had betokened the monster's return." So they think that the monster returned and he will dine on them. They're afraid that they will be his lunch or dinner. "Come, therefore, quickly and relieve them of their misery." She means release them from the prison. And so saying, she pointed to the door which led to the place of confinement. Ooh, probably dungeons. There, accompanied by the lady, went Codadad with all speed. He basically ran to release those poor guys. Descending by a dark stair, he came upon a vast cavern. Ooh, looks scary. Dimly lighted, around the walls of which 100 prisoners, 100, lay chained. Instantly he set to work to loose their bounds, informing them at the same time of the death of the captor and of their freedom from all the further damage. And imagine, that's 100 people he has to release. It takes a while, unless they will start untying each other. At this unexpected tidings, the captives raised a cry of joy and thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, it means they were thanking him. But great as was their surprise at such unlooked-for deliverance, unexpected, greater still was that of the prince, when on the bringing them to the light, he discovered that 49 of the 100 of whom he had released were his own brothers. That's nice. Okay, until the next time.